guys, welcome back to another episode. It's your girl Key.
And I'm Renate.
And this is the Faith
Gossip
Podcast. Yes. So how are you doing, Renate?
I'm doing great, Key. How about you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Yes, guys, please like this video. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell. Leave a comment. Tell us how you're watching the episodes nowadays since it's cold. You watch it when you are cold, when you're
Drinking
dressed
coffee.
up, eating your warm soup, or tell us how you watch the podcast. So what are we talking about today?
What are we talking about today? Today we are talking about walking in purpose. Yes, because you cannot just continue living a purposeless life. You need to discover your purpose and operate in it. So let's start off by defining purpose. What is purpose?
So purpose basically means the reason why something is created, the reason why something is made, the reason why something exists, right? But also to add on this is that sometimes you may not find your purpose as an individual because you are not close to the Creator.
Yeah, you did not discover God.
Yes, so you can only discover your purpose once you find the Creator who knows your purpose.
Yes, and once you build a relationship with Him so that He can reveal to you what your purpose is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how do you discover your purpose as an individual?
How do I discover my purpose as an individual? First, before you discover your purpose, you need to discover God, the one that has created you. Because He is the only one that knows your purpose, okay? So, in order for you to know the reason why you are on this earth, you need to build a personal and intimate relationship with God. And then through that, He'll be able to reveal to you what He has called you to do. Yes, because He has called us on earth to serve Him, and through that, we also find out other things that He has called us to do. Yes.
Also, to add on that is that finding God makes it easier for you to discover your purpose, right? So another thing, what you can do is by how to discover your purpose, you identify the things you care about.
Yeah, what are you passionate about?
Yes. So if you're into writing, try and focus on that more. If you're into drawing and all those things, try and put your mind to that, because that might just be what God has made you to be, right? So many times we feel like just because this drawing thing is, because we black people don't really get to embrace that. It's like, how can that bring money at your house? But once you put your mind to that thing, that thing can bring you before great men, because that is what the Bible says, is that your gift will bring you before great men. So try and focus on those little things that you care about, because that might just be what God has created you for.
Yeah, also now that you have mentioned about money, it is not just about money. For many people, they just go after something, let's say after a career, because of money, and then they neglect what God has called them to do, what they are purpose to do, because they feel like, okay, if I do this, maybe it will take very long in order for me to succeed in this. We look, okay, it will delay me. You need to know that when you are created by God, He has set up a timeline for you. And if He has called you to something, even though you are not going to succeed in it immediately, your time is not going to finish before you succeed in it.
Yeah.
So don't focus just on making money. Focus on doing what God has called you to do. Also, most of the times, it starts off with an idea. For many, God fills our minds with great ideas. And we just, overlook them, we just brush them off. So if you are constantly getting an idea of something that you feel you are called to do, of something that you believe that, okay, if I do this, let's say it's a gift or it's a talent. Let's say it's just like how you spoke about drawing, right?
Yeah.
About drawing, like you are always drawing. So don't neglect that. Don't like brush it off. Okay, it's just
just drawing.
Yeah, don't do that, because that, just like what you have mentioned, it's what's gonna make room for you. Yes.
So do you think you've discovered your purpose?
Do I think, I asked myself this question when I was preparing for the podcast. I was like, wait, have I discovered my purpose? And yes, I believe I have discovered my purpose, because a lot of things that I have been doing, I did not just do things because, just for the sake of doing them. Most of the things that I went after, I prayed about them. It wasn't just a thing of, okay, let me do what people want me to do. Because there were times when people wanted me to do different things from what I'm doing right now. But then because I have discovered my purpose, because I have, God has revealed to me, or He has told me that this and this is what I want you to do. I went after it. So I believe, yes, I have discovered my purpose. How about you?
I also believe I've discovered my purpose. Recently, my sister was telling me that I remember seeing you when you were small. You used to talk to yourself and whatnot, and then other people would tell me that, no, you have a nice voice. But that was when I was just maybe 5, 6 years old. And then just now, when I look at myself, I'm using my voice to actually speak.
Amazing.
I can talk to the camera because my sister told me, you used to talk to yourself. But here I am, those little things is what makes me at this point. I'm able to, come up here and talk to the camera just because I used to then talk to myself then.
But did you always because one thing I've realized is that you are not always going to be perfect in what you are called to do. Because if we look at these people from the Bible, let's look at Jeremiah, for example. He complained about his problem of, is it speech?
Yeah.
He complained about it. But then God managed to equip him. God equipped him so that he can, because most of the time it's just like, okay, I love doing this, but I'm not so good at it. So will I be, still able to carry it out? So were you always perfect in what you are called to do?
I wasn't always perfect. I feel like I'm the shyest person in the room. I would rather shy away from even just being told to read in front of the class. It was just one of those things, like I can't be able to stand in front of the people. But here I am, God has enabled me. And that's the good thing about when you discover your purpose, God is willing to keep you.
Yeah.
He's not just going to tell you that this is what you're supposed to do.
And go after it.
Yeah.
And then He leaves
but
you.
He's going to work with you and tell you that, what, with Him, you're able to do that, what He has placed in your heart. So,
like you said, His strength is manifested in our weaknesses.
Yeah.
So those things are just our weakest areas, and and then He strengthens us. Yeah. Because our purpose also requires us to step out of our comfort zone, of the things that we are so comfortable in. Yes.
Yeah, so it's just like me not being able to stand in front of the people, but now I'm able to speak on YouTube where other people who I don't even know are able to, listen to what I'm saying. Yeah.
Also, when you are working in your purpose, you need to be very careful that you don't get distracted. Because let's say today, Ki, you are sent to go to America, go and study. And then suddenly, while you are there in America, because your reason for going there is to study. But then suddenly, while you are there, you meet certain people. And then, they're like, okay, Ki, let's go party. Ki, let's go do this and this. And then suddenly you fail. You fail at what you were sent to do there. And then you come back you did not even get that degree that you were sent there to get. So be very careful that you don't get distracted. You don't get pulled out of your purpose by the things that you encounter.
Yeah, because when you do that, it's like you waste time, you waste resources, because you being sent there is somebody's money, somebody's paying for that. And then also going there also, it frustrates you when you go and did not accomplish anything.
Yeah.
Later on you feel like you're a failure. Later on you look down on yourself just because of the things that you indulge in. So try and just focus on what you
are called to do.
What you are called to do, because if you focus on that, eventually that will work for you and not against you.
Yeah, don't waste time. We need to understand that you cannot get back wasted time. For Christians, they are always like, okay, God's time is the best time. But for many, we waste the time. As I said, there's a timeline for everything. So let's say if in that moment you are supposed to be studying, but you are partying, and then suddenly you end up failing, and then you end up blaming the devil. But you are the one that delayed your own self by focusing on things that pulled you away from your purpose. I love watching, he has passed already. Now this is why it's important to follow your purpose, because even when you pass on, you will still, leave something that
people will always look.
I love watching Dr. Miles Monroe. Yes, he speaks on purpose also quite a lot. And he asked, let me just ask you, what do you think is the most richest place on this earth?
I know the answer because you told me already. So maybe ask
Oh yeah, why am
ask them
why am I
yours.
then asking you when I told you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So he mentions that the richest place on this planet is the cemetery. And then he says that because on this, like in the cemetery, there are dreams that were never fulfilled. There are books that were never published, music that were never released. Why? Because people were not following their purpose. And then like when you are there in the grave, of course, skeletons, the spirit is gone. These dreams are coming after you and they're asking, okay, you were supposed to publish me. I was supposed to come to life. People were supposed to be reading. You were supposed to save many lives through me. You know, those books are coming to you. But then because you wasted your time, you did not follow your purpose. You were busy doing the things that, you know, that were not building your life.
Yeah.
You know, your destiny. You did not fulfill your destiny. So be very careful that you don't waste time because you're not going to get back that time. You are not going to get back that time when you are in the grave.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also to add on that is sometimes we feel like if I bring out this music, nobody's going to listen to it. And that one person might, whoever might listen, just that one person might be changed by it. So it's not about how many people are going to listen. Even if it's just that one person, at least that mission was accomplished, that dream came alive. The reason why God gives us a dream is for them to come alive. So it's not, don't look at the number.
Yes.
Just do what you're supposed to do because that is what God is expecting from each and every one of us.
Yes, now this reminds me, you know, I was watching this movie one time. And then in that movie, the main character was like singing, because his wife like died, you know, and he had like lost all hope and stuff like that. So while he was singing, when he finished singing, this other lady approached him, you know, and then she was like, your story changed me. Even the way you sang, everything changed me. You know, even though not many people came to him, that one person that came to him that was changed by his story and the way he sang, you know, that mattered. You know, for many people were just like, okay, yeah, just like what you said. For many, they are just like, okay, if I bring out this song, you know, this industry also, maybe you're in a country where, you know, like even art is not so appreciated. People overlook it. You know, they look at the careers like, okay, maybe if you are a doctor, maybe if you are a teacher and all those kind of stuff, maybe you'll succeed. And then you're like, okay, me, that's just a drawer. Me, that's just a painter. Who's going to appreciate me? You know, even if it is just that one person, you know, even like when it comes to the things like, let's say, writing or singing or dancing, even if it's just one person that is changed through that, maybe your purpose was just to change that person.
One person.
And imagine if you neglect it, what's going to happen to the other person? The other person can even be depressed because you did not even
you didn't release the song.
What was going to set them free. Yes.
So to also add on that, the story of Joshua. Is it Joshua or Joseph? No, Joseph. Joseph was had dreams, right? He had dreams. He would tell them to the brothers, and man, the brothers got so upset. It's like you're telling us we're coming to bow to you, right? And then after that, they took him, they sold him, and then I believe in that moment, Joseph is saying, "But God, you showed me these things."
Yes.
This is what you showed me, but here I am, you know, being sold, being mistreated, and all these things. And then he went to Potiphar's house, and then he feels like I've arrived. This is my dream and all these things. And then Potiphar's wife comes again, and then things happened, and now he's put in prison. And it's again, it feels like, but God, you also gave me this thing. What this promise that you gave me? Why does it feel like nothing is happening?
Yes.
So then in the prison, then things happened. The slaves were there that walked in. I think in the was it the. Anyways, the prisoners were there, and he had to interpret dreams. And because of the interpretation, he was then taken to the palace where he became the governor. So the dream was always there, and luckily for him, he kind of had to hold on to that, because even though you know he had to go through all this, he had to hold on to that and believe that God was going to make him something in life. And then later on, the brothers came begging on his feet. So the dreams are there for a reason. God does not just give us dreams. He gives us dreams for a reason, and that might just be your purpose.
Yeah.
He was with that dream. He was able to save his family when they were in famine.
Yeah, and God always stays true to his word.
Yeah.
Because if you were to look at the whole story of Joseph, if it was someone else, they would end up giving up. Imagine, okay, God, you told me that you are going to do this and this, yet I'm facing this and this. You know, am I ever going to be who you have called me to be? So for many, they end up, just reaching halfway and then they give up because of all the challenges.
Yeah.
So when you start experiencing challenges in your calling, you must not give up. You must just keep believing that if God has given me this, He is a true God, So you must know God. You must know the characters of God.
Yeah.
He doesn't fail. He doesn't change. If He gives you a promise, He's gonna stick to it. Because for many, it's just us that gives up on the words that God has, given us. We give up on the dream. Don't give up on that dream that God has called you to do. If He has told you, if He has given you that dream, He has given you that dream for a reason. So don't give up on it because no one is supporting you, just because no one believes in you. Do not give up on it, because in the end, all those people that never believed in you, they are going to see, what God has done in your life. Because you are going to be like that city that is like on a hilltop, That light, your light is going to shine so bright. It's not going to be hidden, and all those that never believed in you, they're going to sit and glorify God. Yes.
And just because they don't believe in you does not mean that they matter.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's you going to stand there before God. And God is going to judge you. It's like, why did you not? He's not going to be asking, Renate, why did you not believe in Ki when she told you about this? He's going to ask you yourself.
You alone.
Yes. So yeah, guys, I believe it's a wrap for today.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, did you speak about how to operate in it?
It's okay.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. Okay, cool.
But yes, guys, it's a wrap for today. Please do like this video. Share it with a friend, because you might not.
This might just be what your friend needs in order to discover their purpose and to operate in it.
So
yes.
We will see you in the next episodes.
Yes, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our life-changing, life-transforming episodes. Bye.